please. Okay, one more example, and please everybody listen, and I'll try to make it as easy as possible, and I'll try to think of the simplest way to do it as possible. So let's take an example, and that's, since derive is in radians and your calculator, what's the default mode for your graphing calculator? Radians? Okay, well let's just do it nice and simple. We'll do radians, and we'll do everything, A, B, C, D. Okay, so y equals, let's say, 3 sine 2x plus pi over 4 minus 1. Okay, we'll keep it, and it's in radians. Well, that's a 45 degree there. Okay, so firstly, maybe I'll do the graph step by step. So first you look at the sine part. So sine goes like this. Agreed? Yes. Now, let me write it down here. Where does it start? 0. And where does it end? 360. And where's the min? Minus 1. And the max? 1. And if you were to put this into a box, if you put this into a box, you notice that in the first square, there's a hill. In the second square, it's blank. In the third square, it's blank. And in the fourth square, it's a valley. So when you draw this at the end, please do your square, and you only need to put in 2. The other 2 are blank. So let's look at each part. Firstly, I'll look at the tree here. What does the tree do? It makes it 3 times bigger.
Stretch vertically.
Yeah, so it kind of gets more this type of shape. So it stretches 3 times vertically. So now the start and the end are still the same, but here is minus 3 and 3. Now, the minus 1 here at the end, what does that do? Moves it down 1 unit. So if you were to look at this graph, it kind of moves down like this, moves down 1 unit. So the min is now what? Minus 4, and the max? 2. Still 0, and still 360. Now, if it helps you, you should think about everything in the inside as being opposite order. So when I look at the outside, what did I look at first? The multiplication and then the subtraction and addition. If I look at the inside, which one should I look at first? Pi over 4 and then the 2. And then everything is backwards. So if I do plus pi over 4, does that move it to the left or to the right? Left. To the left. And if I do multiply by 2, does that make it twice as big or twice as small?
Small.
Small. So everything is reversed on the inside. And everything is normal on the outside. Okay? So pi over 4, I get that shifted to the left. So it starts at, and sorry, force of habit, these should be what? I'm not using degrees. What am I using?
Pi.
Yeah, 2 pi, 2 pi, 2 pi. Okay, minus pi over 4. And then where would it end? Where would it end? Come on.
Pi.
No. 2 pi minus pi over 4.
Pi over
3 over 2. No. It's 1 and 3/4. So that's 7.
180 will be.
7 over 4.
Pi over 2.
7 over 4 pi. Yes?
Pi, it will be 180.
No. Guys, come on, listen and concentrate. This isn't the most difficult thing in the world. It finishes at 2 pi. Yes, that's a normal sine graph. I move everything to the left. So 0, you take away pi over 4, and what do I get? Minus pi over 4. 2 pi, take away pi over 4. That's 7 pi over 4. This is 2 pi minus 1/4 pi. That's 1 3/4 pi, which is that. And it's still minus 4 and 2. And then the last thing to look at is the 2 here. What's the effect of the 2 here? Contracts, halves it. So instead of starting at minus pi over 4, where would it start? Minus pi over 8. And here? 7 over, remember you're halving it,
8.
So 7 over 8 pi, minus 4 and 2. So you can draw the graph. Okay. So let's see, pi over 8, and I finish at 7 pi over 8. So I think I'll go up in eighths of a pi. So that's minus pi over 8, and then that's pi over 8, 2 pi over 8, 3 pi, 4, 5, 6, 7 pi over 8. And then I have to go down to minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 1, 2. So the highest is 2, which is here. The lowest is minus 4, which is here. It starts at minus pi over 8, which is here, and finishes at 7 pi over 8, which is here. I make it into a box. If I have 8 pieces here, where's the middle? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I start at minus 4 and go up to 2, where's the middle? I think it's minus 1. The middle of 4 and minus 2 is minus 1. So that's here. Now, do I have sine or cos? Sine, isn't it? So I start here. Yes? Go up to here, down to here, down to here, and finish back here. So look at my graph here. It starts a little bit below here, and then it finishes a little bit below here. Now we'll have a quick look at derive now to see if we get the same shape. So just call out please the graph for me. What's the graph? Y equals 3 sine 2x plus pi over 4 minus 1. Graph. Reset graph. Now let me do the range here. So where do what's the lowest point vertically? Four. And the highest point was 2. And we'll do 6 intervals. And then the point to the left was, what did I say, minus pi over 4? Minus pi over 8. So that's 3.1415 over 8. And then the last point was 7 pi over 8. So we'll just go to 3.14. Okay. And then let's have a look. So you see, there's my graph. Goes like this. Okay. Now, if you just compare that with mine down here. Hang on, let me just get.
Can you go back to yours?
Yes, I'm trying to. I'm trying to get both side by. There we go. So if you look at mine, it starts a little bit above 1 and a bit below 2, or well, I'm not so clear here. And then it goes up to 2, and it goes up to 2, and then it goes down here, and then a lot of it's underneath the x-axis. And then it goes back up to where you start here. Now look, in my graph, I stop at 7 over 8 pi. But when I drew this, I stopped at, here at the end is pi. Okay? So I went a little bit further on my graph. That's why this one here has this piece here, and on my graph, I don't have this piece. So if I just go back to my graph, if I want to make it match up a bit more, I can just extend this, like here. Okay. So you see, it matches up pretty well.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
How we find the middle point, like the middle thing?
Which middle point?
I mean, the middle line.
Well, 4, hang on, no.
No, not this one.
The middle of here and here.
Yeah.
Minus 4 and 2. The middle is minus 1 because if you add them together and divide by 2, it's one way to do it. What's minus 4 plus 2?
-2.
And divide by 2?
-1. Or just count the points. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but that's more difficult. This point here vertically is the middle of 4 and minus 2. It's the midpoint. Remember midpoint? Add and divide by 2. And likewise, horizontally, minus pi over 8 plus 7 pi over 8 divided by 2 gives you this point in the middle. Okay.
It's not my phone, I swear.
Should.
It's Joseph.
Okay, I'll close this. Alright guys, so we're finished there. And Shug, stay behind please.